Hi traders, welcome back for another edition. Today we're going to talk about technical analysis. We're going to talk about whether it works, whether it doesn't work, the good, the bad, the ugly with it. I know a lot of traders have varying degrees of success with it. I think whatever strategy you decide to use, discipline is always going to play a huge part of whether or not you're going to be successful with it. Um, and of course, money management is the other key component um, to determine whether or not you're going to be successful. Because remember, it's not about how much you make; it's about how much you actually keep. You know, how well you manage your losses and how well you prevent your losses is really the key to all this. I know a lot of folks always flashing all these, well, you could have made this and you can make that and blah blah blah. Please do not get caught up in the hype. Do not get greedy and start trading without any type of strategy in place, trading without any type of money management strategy in place, trading without any type of stop losses in place, because you're just really kind of setting yourself up to fail. Okay, and if you get an opportunity, check out my blog page on the website. Has a really great article in there about the miseducation of the retail investor, and it really kind of speaks to what I'm talking to you about right now, which is the whole thing about controlling your losses. That's what's really going to help you be successful. Okay, so anyway, let's dive right on into this. Okay, so when we talk about technical analysis, uh, a lot of people, tend to really get confused as far as what is the best indicators to use. I like to try to keep things as simple as possible, and the way that I use technical analysis is really kind of a confirmation tool. So if I already got an idea as far as which way I'm thinking that the trade is going to be going, I may bring in some technical analysis indicators in there just to kind of confirm um, what I'm already thinking, what I'm already seeing, what the chart's already telling me, and also really kind of help me maybe even find my interests um, into the currency pair. So, but I want to show you something really simple today. This simple setup right here. So, first thing you want to do is you want to determine, like I said, if you're going to use technical analysis, you're going to want to use it to determine maybe the direction of the pair that you're going to be trading. So, right now we're looking at the U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar pair, and this right is just a simple 50-day moving average that I added to the screen here, right? And looking at this, it's showing me that hey, this currency pair has been moving up over time, right? Over the last 50 days or so, it's been pretty much riding high. Now, over here recently, more recently, it looks like it's starting to kind of go down a little bit, right? Then it pops back up above the 50-day, which is good because if it's above the 50-day, we're in the uptrend. If we're below the 50-day, possibly in the downtrend or it possibly could move sideways. But what I'm doing is I'm gonna look back at some historical data, right? It's this way so that way you can get an idea of how to use this, right? Man, that's pretty good right there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out the 50-day moving average, and then I'm gonna show you the 9-day and the 20-day moving average. And the reason why I chose the 9-day and the 20-day moving average is just because 20-day moving average is typically in the trading community is typically a month worth of trading, right? Markets open, 5 days a week, 4 weeks out of a month, 20 days, right? Simple. 9 days is essentially, almost 2 weeks worth of data, right? So we're looking at almost 2 weeks versus 4 weeks to kind of give us an idea as far as where the market is going, where it's been, where it's going for at least the previous month. Now, of course, with currency pairs, because currency pairs open up Sunday afternoon and they stop trading on Friday afternoon, those numbers are a little bit skewed. I mean, you can go in if you want to adjust it, you can adjust it, but I think for what I do, I find that 20 and 9 works just fine. Hey, I made it around. So if you look right here, right, remember with the 50-day moving average, right, we just saw that this market was what in an upswing, right? Look, it's still going up, right? So that tells me that what I'm looking for is buying positions. I'm looking to buy in this market, right? I'm not looking to sell. I'm looking to buy, right? And so what I need to do is I need to be aware of when the 9-day moving average crosses over the 20-day moving average, because that's going to let me know that there's a buying signal. That's a buying signal right there. And what I want to do is I don't necessarily want to buy right at that inflection point, right? Depends on the strategy I got in place. Now, if I'm trading off the daily chart, I may not want to buy right then. Maybe what I want to do is maybe wait until I get a pullback, and then after the pullback, then look to buy in, right? But only after the 9-day has crossed over the 20, because if we do it opposite of that, right? If we wait till the 20-day crosses over the 9-day, right? We may fall, we may find out that we, in the wrong direction of the market. But if we wait, once again, look right here, the 9 is crossing over the 20. The 9 is the red, right? You see right here, red, and my 20 is in the black, right? Black. So when the 9 crosses over the 20, that lets me know that we're going up. And if you look right here on this day, right, the 9 crossed over the 20, but guess what? It has hit a resistance zone. So if I would have just went and brought in, like, hey, you know what? Market's going up. The 9 just crossed over the 20. Let me get in. Boom. And if I would have had my stop losses in, excuse me, it would have got me out. But if I was trading without any stop losses, well, you know what? I would have lost a lot of money that day or that week. And that's why we do not trade without stop losses in place. Okay? But now, on the same token, if I had, seeing this where the 9 crossed over the 20, lets me know we're in an uptrend. Okay, of course, we have a pullback here, right? Because we went into a resistance or oversupply zone here, right? You can tell it's like this hasn't just formed. If you go back a couple of weeks, here and up here, so you're in a resistance zone, right? Market pulls back to a supply level, to a demand level, support level right here and here. And if you guys haven't already watched the video about supply and demand, I tell you, go back and watch that one before you watch this one. Stop this one right now and go back and watch that one, so that way you kind of understand what I'm talking about, the supply and demand. All these videos that I put out, all this information I'm giving you, it all ties in together, and it's for the sole purpose of helping you become a better trader. Okay. At any rate, look right here, right, at this support zone, right, and this is where we be looking at to try to buy, right? So at the close of the business that day, the market is up. We go and we buy. We get a little bit pullback the next day. That's okay, right? Because we're off to the races. Now we will put in a stop loss, right? Because we want to make sure we try to lock in our profits, all right? Because guess what? No one's ever went broke from taking a profit, but people have been going broke from taking losses. So anyway, we put in a stop loss here. The market goes up, and of course we're going to be looking for a point to exit around our resistant levels, right? But if not, worst case scenario, we will have our stop loss, our protective stop loss in place to protect us and protect the gains that we have inside this currency pair, right? So once again, here, it hits this resistance. The market goes back down. You know what? We're still, with the 9 over the 20, still looks like a good buy to me. You know what? We can get back in after we've seen a day or so where the market's pushing back up, right? Get back in, put your stop loss in place, ride it back up, right? And you can see where if you've done this on a pretty consistent basis, I mean, there was definitely money to be made in these trades, right? And once again, it's just using a simple 20-day and 9-day moving average strategy, right? Waiting for it to cross, and once it crosses, that's when you know that, hey, it's safe to buy. Let's get in and start buying, right? It's an uptrend. Let's buy. Now, I wouldn't try to short this, and once again, the reason why I wouldn't try to short this is because, looking at the 50-day moving average, pretty much telling me that the market is moving up. All right. One, not saying that you can't do it. I'm saying that that is one of the strategies that once your skill sets develop and you progress over time, that may be something you may want to do. Trade counter trends. Um, but if you can make money by just following what the big boys are doing and make it easy for yourself to make money, why not make the easy money? That's what I always say. Anyway, just wanted to kind of just show you that a little bit, kind of talk to you a little bit about technical analysis. One other thing I throw out there to you is that there's a ton of different indicators that's out there, right? One of the worst things you could do is sit there with, 1,000 different indicators on your screen, just really kind of confusing you. Best thing to do is to keep it simple. I would trade with no more than probably like three indicators. And once again, when you're looking at the indicators, we're looking for something that's really going to kind of confirm what you're already seeing on the screen itself. And hopefully, you've been studying your candlestick patterns. So that way, you can use the candlestick patterns with the indicators along with your support and resistance lines to really kind of help you get better entries into the market and help you become a better trader. Okay. Once again, thank you for tuning in. If you have any topics that you want us to come in and put a video out about, please let us know. Drop us a line. If any of the stuff that we've been doing for you has been helpful, we love to hear from you. We love to hear input from our students. Um, Once again, if there's anything that you guys would like to know more about, please feel free to contact us. If not, happy trading. Look forward to speaking with you guys again soon. Take care.